Okay guys, today is a long-awaited moment. We're at Sneaky Tuning. You can already see Andy. He can't wait to look under the hood. Last time the wiring was a bizarre mess. It looks a bit neater today.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you just end up with even more problems.
Even though I really tried my best to just solve it, it's still not dyno worthy.
Well, the fuel pump has to work first. Yeah.
Indeed, yeah.
So let's see how we're going to connect that exactly. Then I'll log in with the laptop. Let's check if all sensors work. And if that's all good, then we'll start. Begin mapping immediately, then move to the dyno. Proceed step by step. Rob remembered me, that's right.
He just put the lambda sensor in the right place.
Yeah, the downpipe is good. But we just talked about the exhaust system.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a look now.
Yeah, are you checking now? I think it was 2.5 inches. It's really low, but with 2.5 inches, we're always behind. So...
yeah, it is indeed 2.5 inches. But like I said, we need several episodes. I already saw certain things that aren't right for your purpose. We'll start today and see how the car performs on low boost. That's my goal for today. Make sure everything works. Tune it on low boost. And making sure it's just user-friendly, so you guys can just join in on tours and cruises. And not jerky like that.
No, that's really what he's doing tonight, what he's doing today.
So that's my goal for today. Maybe you have other goals, but no.
No, I'm here with the king, so I'm just letting the boss guide me completely. 2 minutes later, Andy found my wiring problem. And actually, it's kind of my own fault. Because you know that during the process when the car wouldn't start, or I wasn't getting any power, I moved a pin. And that pin got damaged. And in 2 minutes, Andy found the problem. This is unreal. You're really a boss, man. Seriously.
While Andy solves our industry problem, I started by replacing my map sensor and TPS sensor because they were giving wrong values, and our map sensor kept not showing vacuum often. And then I found
this.
Well,
what did you see?
I think it's clogged with something, right?
Is it clogged?
Yes.
Oh yes. Old gasket or something. Is it even open? No, it's not. Or not, or no, it comes from there. The flow comes from underneath. Yeah, right, so
we'll fix that real quick.
let's open it up. Yeah, definitely a problem. Another round, another chance.
Greenhouses. There's still one unknown, actually. That's the injectors. Yeah. So it may not start perfectly.
All of that still needs to be programmed and adjusted.
That can only be done after the first start, so we'll do it now.
Okay.
I'm taking the spark plugs out because I think it's flooded.
Yeah, so we're going to check. You should smell how much that thing reeks of fuel. It's unreal. I'm telling Andy about my spark plugs.
That they're 20 years old.
20 years old, okay.
Yeah, no. Luckily, I have new ones inside. I'll go get them. I'll adjust the gap right away. Yeah, this is it.
It's enough to make you cry. Really, right? I honestly wonder how this car was even able to start. By now, this is already the 6th thing we've come across, because 5 was that the map sensor hole wasn't open. And 6 are the spark plugs. We're getting close, so new spark plugs. Gapping them. And then hopefully it'll start in one go. I'm curious. We won't show this to viewers. It's secret. Or not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. No, it just keeps running. Wow. No, this isn't normal. The magic hands, guys. The magic hands. Am I driving, Veridin?
So far, yes.
Yeah? Alright, show me the meter. What should I look for?
Well, this is Lambda 1. It's just running Lambda 1 now. That's good. With big injectors. With your throttle body from a B series.
So for now, you're too rich. Richer.
You think so? It's approved for the dyno, so we're going to drive it on there for a bit.
I've taken it for its first drive with Andy's tune. Wow, man. This thing, it doesn't stutter anymore. Nothing at all. We're on it indeed. So happy, guys. Really. We still had to tackle a few things, as you just saw in the footage. But nothing is too crazy for Andy. So, he actually managed to fix everything in no time. Yeah, we're going to secure the car with straps. And then, a little load.
Yeah, So it's already warmed up. It's been bled.
You heard it.
We're going right away.
I said get hyped. Yeah, really hyped.
Having a soda, then we'll start right away. Yes.
As you saw in the footage, Andy secured the car. He first wanted to secure it with 4 tie-down straps. He thought we wouldn't be doing any runs today anyway. I told him, Andy, better secure it with 6, because I have full confidence in it. But what's the next step? Now that it's secured, I don't think it's full boost right away. I think we're going to do some other things first.
No, we're just going to start from scratch again. Start it up. See if everything runs smoothly. Give it a little gas without any load. Next, we'll handle the part throttle section. Okay, make sure the car is just user-friendly. That's very important to me. Engine braking. Emissions are good as well. And if all of that is good, then I'll do full throttle runs on the dyno. Not straight up to 8,000 RPM either. No, this is...
Okay, we'll build it up gradually.
Exactly. So we'll start at 5,000 RPM, and then up to 6, 7, 8.
If that engine is actually healthy and it likes it, then we can...
That way I can indeed get a read on the engine? Yes. And I can also see if things are going well or badly. Okay. Should we stop or not? Okay.
Okay, overtime is also important.
Right. So if we've done that part, still just maximum, a minimal boost. Sorry, a minimal boost. If that's good, then we'll increase the boost.
We're only running spring pressure for now. That's it.
Yeah, low boost. Right. I disconnected it just to be sure, to see if we're dealing with boost creep.
Yeah, because that's still a thing. I sent Andy a picture of our manifold with our wastegate in it, actually, for back pressure. And he said boost creep is definitely something to watch out for. For me, what stands out is actually because of that manifold.
Yeah, not just because of the manifold, but also because of the size of the wastegate itself. Okay, it's a 38mm wastegate. K-series engines love big wastegates. They need to be much bigger. So actually wastegates...
Need to be even bigger.
Yeah, actually it should. Yeah, actually it should be bigger. Okay, so that's why I've disconnected the boost controller for now. Wastegate connected directly.
Let's see how he likes this.
Right, let's check right away what minimum boost it's running across the entire RPM range. And after that, we're going to increase the boost.
Alright guys, the plan of action is set. I'm excited. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Not just you, but me too. I just hope it holds up well.
It's a good challenge.
Yeah, it is.
Fun hanging out together? Not important?
Also important.
Yes.
Let's go. And he comes up to me. First problem. And that is...
The VTC isn't working properly.
Oh, that's what I installed.
Yeah, it could be the gear. Okay, it could be the control valve. Or wiring. Okay, so we'll first look at the easiest one, and that's the control valve. It's located here on the side of the engine. I have another one we can test, so I'll go get it. Then we'll swap it out and see.
Yeah, that never worked for me. It wasn't controlled at KMS either.
Right.
So maybe hopefully it's just the control. And otherwise it's the gear itself that I installed. Right? And then we can start all over again. So, and besides that, how have the runs been so far?
The power is lacking, and that's because of the VTC. If the VTC doesn't work, these engines don't make any power, okay? Only at high RPM, yes. But at the moment, we stopped at 5,000 RPM. And at that point, it's making about 150.
So that has been replaced. We're going to start the car again, and we're going to run it again, because we need to know if it's good now. So good, right? Unbelievable. And we've already created 197 horsepower with spring pressure. 197 horsepower is of course not the number we're aiming for, but it's a really good starting point. It shows us that the engine's power is good. It will never be perfect, so we can build from here. Just a quick summary of the runs you just saw. Andy has been working on increasing the boost to 0.8 bar to see, of course, that's a tenth more than spring pressure. And the car ends up making less power.
No, there's no increase in power.
That's what I mean. I'm also trying to explain it in simple terms.
No impressive power for me, yeah. So that's a sign something is holding it back. Now, you'll explain what we're doing.
What you already thought. This morning I came in and Andy said, okay, but what about the rest of your exhaust actually? It says 2.5 inch no. He actually already expected it to be 3 inch. But what we're going to do now is actually remove the downpipe, because most of that downpipe is 3 inch, as you know, and the rest is 2.5 inch to the back. We also recently opened the exhaust valve, so we kind of have a straight pipe. It doesn't go through the muffler, so the flow is now at its maximum. It's time to see if this car really reaches a nice amount of horsepower. Alright, Andy, what are we going to do?
Mr.
We're now continuing on the dump pipe.
But to be fair, Goldie is tuned like this too, right? Goldie is tuned like this too, isn't it? Yeah, that's right.
With Goldie, I turned the downpipe upwards, but with yours, that's not possible. But anyway, we're just going to do it like this. I'm going to lower the boost again, and then we can see the difference between the 395 run and what it's going to make now. Yeah, exactly, without the exhaust. Then you can clearly see how much the exhaust system affects power.
Yeah, so do you think the engine will keep the rest of that power as well? Or are you just assuming that?
I'm assuming it will, but it's smoking a little.
Yeah.
At high revs?
Yeah, okay, I'm curious, and I think you are too.
He'll let us hear it using launch control. Nothing.
Well guys, one thing's for sure, you can't miss that launch control on this thing. Shit, okay? Can you adjust that in the tune as well or not? Yes, definitely. Yeah, because that launch was just insane. Yeah, intense. Intense, yeah. You even said, okay, it's really gonna sound loud. But yeah, now also without the exhaust. And the saviors of the numbers. Because without the entire exhaust system, so only with a downpipe, it actually performed better. But there was a problem right away. Yeah. Actually, it's exactly the problem we already thought of this morning. That's boost creep. Boost creep is something you never want to have. Because you can't control your boost pressure, if I'm right?
Yeah, it goes up uncontrollably.
Exactly.
The moment we connected that cat back, of course, there was a lot of back pressure in the exhaust system as well. That really limited the boost creep. And now we only have the downpipe. You can already see what happens. There's little back pressure in the exhaust system and boost creep up to 1 bar.
Okay, but how can we solve that boost creep? Because in the end, we want to go for more power than this. A different wastegate after all. Or the position could change again.
Both. Beta. You have to be sure of things. A bigger wastegate and a better connection channel or band. And
of course a 3-inch downpipe or a 3-inch exhaust for racing. Definitely. The rest, that for sure. What did we end up making today?
so it made 20 more horsepower at much lower RPM because the boost cut kicked in. But this is the result.
415 horsepower. That's a nice number, of course.
And you can see from the steepness of the line that at 8,000 RPM, it goes much higher than the green line. So I think a run like that would already end up around 450, 460.
If it's just good.
Yeah, exactly. We shouldn't forget that he's creeping up to 1 bar. So what we're seeing here, let's say, is the red line. That's almost a bar. Almost. So if we extend the 1 bar to 8,000 RPM, then you see at least 460. I think maybe higher. The engine has potential. That's a plus. But what we've been saying this week and this morning, yeah.
That does confirm everything.
About the boost creep. Boost creep. K-series engines love a big wastegate. Big exhaust system. That's just standard.
And for the rest, our setup is pretty okay.
Yeah, it makes power. Yeah, so in terms of injectors?
Injector-wise, everything else is actually just fine.
Yeah, injectors, fuel. We're also not at that level yet.
Fuel system
could be a problem. You'll only know after we do a full run at 1 bar exactly.
We haven't been able to do that yet either, because it's getting boost creep. So that's actually still a little issue.
7,000 RPM, everything just looks good.
With the previous map and full exhaust system, we reached 400 horsepower and it ran well. If I do a full run on it, it's basically just a good map to drive on.
Yeah, so that map is going in. Because you guys aren't going to drive without an exhaust either.
No, not for now, no.
Yeah, so that map goes in, and then you can just enjoy the car.
The way it's supposed to drive anyway, so that's the most important thing.
In the meantime, let's give Rob a quick call.
We'll reconnect you, then make another adjustment.
Yeah, that's a lot of work for him again. He has to reposition the base gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is potential, because we do want to get to around 600 horsepower eventually. Yeah, you're always like that, aren't you? You're always like that.
Yeah.
You want to keep it intact, I know. Right, but that's just what we want. That has been our goal throughout the whole project. Every thumbnail basically says 600 horsepower.
You keep it up, but you also have to be realistic. It's an engine that's 20 years old.
Not built, nothing.
It's 200 horsepower and you want 3 times as much. I'm not saying it's impossible. There are cars out there with that kind of power, but it's definitely playing with fire.
Exactly. But anyway, so with 400 horsepower, we're super happy again. And I think we should just play it safe for now and really enjoy the car. In the meantime, we'll keep making upgrades because that's just the most fun thing there is, right? If we were already done, you guys wouldn't have any more content. No, that's right, that's right. So with that being said, we're going to take the car off the dyno. In the next episode, we're going to drive the car because we can. 400 horsepower is actually a crazy amount. That's actually doubled in power too, like you said.
Yeah, we also shouldn't forget that because of the VVT, it makes a lot more power at the bottom end too. Yeah.
So it has a lot more torque too. Yeah, exactly.
It's not just the power, but it just picks up nicely from the bottom end. And yeah, you guys are going to scream.
I agree. Remember to subscribe and like. If you want Sneaky Tuning to tune your car, just message him. He responds to emails directly.
Yeah, tough. Okay.
Okay, a WhatsApp message, I think.
Facebook, Messenger, and WhatsApp. Everyone has my number. My number is on Google, so yeah, that's how you can reach me.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh.
I've been on ghosts as a kid. Now I got house full of kids. Where I keep when you're sick. Keep making that money flip. I've been on ghosts as a kid. Now I got house full of kids. Where I keep when you're sick. Keep making that money flip. Way up. Pick it up, that went way up.